Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today for your Sunday series, it's going to be from Katowice 2023, the World Championship for StarCraft 2. This is an excellent best of 5. Samacron recommended it to me as a very interesting best of 5 between Oliveira and Reynor. Alright, so extractor tricking here is Reynor to get himself 15 supply out of 14 available. Bottom left of altitude, a snow map, it's going to be Reynor. And the top right, it is Oliveira, who is Chinese, and Reynor is Italian. So no Koreans, but these are two of the top StarCraft players in the entire world. And the region lock worked. Alright, so this is Terry. No, Terry, I don't think we can get you a sweater for this snow, but... I don't know. I kind of feel like you'll be dead anyway in a few minutes here, so just endure it, okay, buddy? Alright? Nope. You can't get a new boss. I'm sorry. Just checking for proxies here from Oliveira. I got my pronunciation corrected by a comment, so if that was you, thank you very much. If you haven't watched Oliveira versus Maru yet, woof! Check it out, okay? I'll put a link to it if you want. Just request it in the comments. I read every comment anybody ever makes. And it's Command Center first play here from Oliveira on this very, very big map. Big sprawling map. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 places to expand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Basically 8 places to go. Ooh. And we have... Okay, so we have Zelniga watchtowers that also function as blocking your attempt to expand to this gold base. What you have to do is kill this cooling tower, the debris falls over, kills the Zelniga watchtower, and then you can expand there. I haven't seen anyone do this yet, and I'd really like for one of these players to do it for me, so I'm sending out some positive energy into the past, because obviously these games are played already, but it would be so neat. I'd really enjoy it. Ah, come on, do it for me. Do it for the enjoyment. The enjoyment? The enjoyment that we would all get. I am excited for this. Alright, so we got a Reaper name ready. It is, let's see, Robbie Fazil, who is a mild-mannered father from Phoenix, Arizona, who was abducted by the Protoss and made to... Oh, hang on. I'm in the wrong place. Here we go. I was on Oracle names, silly goose. No, wait. He did an SCV scout, so the Reaper doesn't know if this is a pool first play, but they would have shown up by now. The Lings would have shown up by now if they're going to get here, whatever. This Reaper name is Scobble Dobble Dobble Dobble. The backstory of this Reaper name is simply Ha Popple. Well, one slowling is going to show up here. I'm a little bit tongue-tied today. I don't know what's going on. Creep spreading to the edge of the map so you can, or the edge of the base so you can see drops. We've got a third base coming in here from Reynor. And a starport coming in here from Oliveira. Which is apparently a Portuguese name. I think there's a, like it's a boxer or an MMA fighter whose name is Oliveira. And I don't know if, like, Oliveira's a fan of his here. This is Time. He's, you know, he went by Time forever. Ooh, 2 starport. Is this battle cruiser? Is this battle cruiser? That's a tech lab. Maybe it's a ton of Banshees? Oh, man. Is Oliveira going a ton of Banshees in this TVZ? That would explain why I keep seeing turns going ton of Banshee build. Nope, it's a fusion core. It's going to be battle cruisers. Let's rock. Oh, man. Are battle cruisers back in the meta? Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I've got a game coming up in a couple days between Gumio and Solar, I think it is. Oh, look at this. Overlord Scout, Overlord Speed, Scouts all of these shenanigans. Wait, hold on. And Scouts the... Okay, Fusion Core. Beautiful. Beautiful Scout. Okay. So yeah, it's 2 port. Anyway, there's a Gumio Solar game coming up that also involves battlecruisers. I'm not going to tell you anything else about it, but if you're a battlecruiser fan, watch out for that one. Coming in just a couple days here, maybe even tomorrow. Maybe even... Nah, probably 2 days. We'll give it a 2 or 3 day buffer between battlecruiser games, just so the first one can breathe. Yeah, I like this. He's like, you don't have a lot of Marines out. You don't have any Vikings or anything, and my overlords have speed, so Just gonna hang out, scout everything you're doing. How does Oliveira pull this off? Reynor saw it early. I mean, he's trying to get up to Aspire, obviously, get some Corruptors out, because you need them if your opponent is going for a 2-port battlecruiser, which is exactly what's happening here. Queens have a hard time, man. You can do Queens for the first 2 battlecruisers, but once the 3rd and the 4th start showing up, you gotta have those Corruptors, man. You gots to do it. Yep, Yamato coming in. This is a commitment to battlecruisers. I love that the Overlord was like, just to make sure this isn't Banshees for some reason. Just to make sure this is actually a battlecruiser coming in. I like the snow. It's atmospheric. It gives a sense of this battle is cold, right? Alright, so this battlecruiser comes out and chases away the Overlord before the Overlord can see what this starport is producing, but based on the first Overlord, it's got to be a second battlecruiser, right? Right. Based on the first battlecruiser, got to be a second battlecruiser. Man, I just got to focus. Got to buckle down here. Something is going on with my brain and casting right now. Spore Crawlers coming in to help. Anti-air, I mean, 2 spores at this base. Because the battle cruisers are coming in. All right, spores, queens. You got to have a ton of queens and a ton of spores, man. And canceling the extractor twice. Queens shoving it away. Again, Reynor's prepared for this. He's sending an Overseer in with speed, which is so darn zippy. He says, okay, still making battle cruisers, are we? Well, good, because I have a Spire coming up. Excellent, excellent news for me. Yamato coming in. Roaches to deal with the Hellions. Queens to deal with the Hellions. Like, I don't know, the Hellions are going to get a lot done here. But if there's an angle for them to come in, YOLO in, and kill like 20 drones, I think they're going to go for it. Because, again, there's Queens and Roaches out. Both these things are amazing against Hellions. It's just you got to have something to put your minerals into. And in this case, it's going to be these guys. I guess you could start making tanks and stuff here, too. But he is meching. Oh, he is meching. Is mech back on the menu, boys? Is it? Oh, Yamato. Queen down, queen down, queen down. Is that 2 queens? Up, 3 queens down, I think. 3, and then, oh my gosh, another battle cruiser jumps in. 11 Corruptors are being produced, but the queen count is not healthy right now. Ooh, 1 battle cruiser jumps out. It was very injured. The queen count gets knocked all the way down to 3. Battle cruisers, they just don't do a ton of damage to Corruptors because Corruptors have that armor. They have that armor, and battle cruisers do a ton of little tiny attacks, which means armor is really good against them. Oh, did lose a battle cruiser there, though. Excellent. So as far as Zerg fans are concerned, this is good news. I mean, Corruptors are dying, but that's another BC down. And I think that's it, man. You can't just lose 2 battle cruisers like that. Now the Corruptors say, well, we have nothing to do on this side of the map, so let's fly across the map and kill these 2 battle cruisers because they can't really stop us if we get there soon enough. Let's see. Cyclones in production. There we go. At that factory. Oh, a Contaminate on this factory, stopping the production of a Cyclone for a minute here. Pretty good. Some Widow Mines in the mix, just in case the Corruptors fly directly over them, which is entirely possible. Gonna try to caustic spray down a factory. Just kidding. We want to kill this BC so bad. Taking a Widow Mine shot. Okay, and a turret comes up. Corruptors are gonna have to back on out here. Roach is getting into the 3rd base. Gonna maybe force a liftoff on that 3rd base. Hellbats in the mix. Hellbats aren't good against Roaches, but I guess they're a little tankier and do a little bit more damage there. Yeah, so you lift off, and then the Corruptors kill your, or the repair is good, but that's a lot of lost mining time and a lot of resources going to keeping this base alive that Oliveira would like to use in other stuff. Like, I don't know, making more battle cruisers. Dude, these Roaches are owning the ground right now. Cyclones are pretty good against Roaches, but they kind of got to stick here, and that's a GG Reynor. Takes game number 1. Oliveira cannot hold his 3rd base. Reynor's got a 4th base coming up down here. The Roach Corruptor answer was great. Again, Reynor scouted it, so he saw what was coming. He prepared for it perfectly. He had the timings down. He lost 8 queens, but how many drones died? 0. 0 drones died today. Insane. 16 SCVs went down. Oliveira gets knocked down to 2 bases. Ended up losing 4 battle cruisers in total. No battle cruisers remaining. All that's left is a Cyclone and a couple Hellions, and that's just not going to do it. Not going to do it. So Reynor takes the 1-0 lead here. Beautiful. Really, really good stuff. Excellent, excellent plays there from Reynor in game 1, but this is a best of 5. So let's see what Oliveira is going to bust out game 2. Is he going to go for more of the kind of meching battlecruiser shenanigans, or are we going to fall back into the more standard Marine Marauder stuff? We'll have to find out. Hit that like button. Game 1, Oliveira's strategy got scouted by Fast Overlord. That was a build order loss. And let's see what Oliveira does in this game. Bottom right, Reynor. Top left of Dragon Scales, we've got Oliveira. Woof! So Reynor knows how to handle battle cruisers. That is abundantly clear, especially when he scouts them that early. No proxies here from Oliveira here on a Dragon Scales, a new map from ESL and the Team Liquid map contest. No gold bases, no Zelnaga watchtowers, no fun compared to altitude, no snow, just a lot of desert tiling. Terror the Overlord moving out, and this thing, what is this thing? It's like some kind of magic torch, or I don't know why it's all covered up. You'd think if it was providing light, it would be uncovered? I don't know. It's just a doodad. I don't think there's any lore reasoning behind that, but anyway, check me out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. You can support me there for as little as $1 a month. Gives you access to videos that I post there and before they show up on the YouTube a month later. So that's pretty cool stuff. Hatch firsting is Reynor. If you want to support me here on the YouTubes, you can do it. You can do it straight up by clicking the join button down below and becoming a member. So cool. So cool becoming a member of the Falcon Paladin channel. It's a good place to be, man. Reaper opening again here from Oliveira. Might actually send the Reaper out this time because it's not a command center first play. And he's not worried about Link showing up and ruining that CC first SCV. It's a very dangerous job out here. Building a command center when Lings exist in the world? No, and no army at all except for that Reaper. That Reaper has a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, that's for sure. So what do we got? What do we got by way of more Reaper name shenanigans? Well, this Reaper is going to move out because, again, it makes sense to move out. Reaper's name is Mr. Rogers from the Hood. Oh, yeah. I used to watch Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. Just, you know, nice, heartwarming show. Taught you about stuff, being nice to strangers and not judging people by how they look and being safe. You know, being nice to people you don't know, but also being safe around people you don't know. It's a tough balance, but Mr. Rogers taught us all about that. And taught us about peanut butter on bananas. I do remember that. Peanut butter on banana, a good snack. Okay, so Oliveira versus Slowlings. And KDA charge, knocking a drone aside here. Yeah, second base coming up from Oliveira, no problem. Third base started sub 3 minutes. Someone's been watching Maru. But going for a barracks and a factory. Otherwise, nothing too crazy from him. We'll see if he goes for 2 starport again. Off of 3 base, it'd be interesting. This is probably going to be more standard shenanigans. But I don't know. Samacron said some of the builds are builds he's never seen before in this. And I mean, that 2-port starport battle cruiser opening was nuts. I think it would have worked if Reynor hadn't just scouted it so immediately. And that's why Reynor went for fast overlord speed. It's a good thing. I mean, you have to cut. I mean, I think your Ling speed's a little bit slower if you go for super fast overlord speed, and maybe your lair timing is slower too, but yeah. I mean, it works out. It gets you wins, man. Maybe you should do what Reynor does. Is it really going to slow down the rest of what you're trying to do by getting overlord speed fast? No. Of course it won't. Creep spread looking healthy. It is Reynor after all we're talking about. He is a world champion. One of the many world champions we have in StarCraft 2. I mean, StarCraft 2's been having world championships since 2010. What? I guess 11, but I don't know if anybody knew what they were doing in 2011. So it's hard to count that one. But I mean, we got a solid 10 years of champions in StarCraft 2 where everyone knows what's going on. And you know what? One of those is Cyril. One of those is Reynor. I'm not going to spoil anything else, but man. The foreigner stranglehold, or the Korean stranglehold on StarCraft. In StarCraft 2, not super hot. I mean, part of that, too, is that Brood War is still king in Korea. StarCraft 2 never really took off, I think, like Blizzard wanted it to, unfortunately. They tried their darndest. Couldn't pull it off. Overlord scouts in, sees a bunch of Hellions, sees a Reaper, sees Marines, sees additional barracks, and says, all right. This is more traditional shenanigans here from Oliveira. I guess it's not shenanigans if it's traditional, right? Suppose that's the case. Anyway, Hellions coming in. Also on the menu, we've got Marines. Also, we have Stim. We have +1 attack on the way. We've got a Lair. Reynor knows how to play against this style. I mean, he knows how to play against the other style, too. Why is he killing these rocks? I don't know what the purpose of that is. Does that help him in some way? I guess rocks that are restricting movement through areas, sure, those rocks should die. I'm not going to say no to that. But I guess these rocks in particular, I guess there aren't a lot of rocks on the map. There's one here, one here, one here, one here. And then we've got a rock tower that you can destroy too. Does that collapse across this and close it up? So what rock towers do, man, we didn't get to see that cooling tower knocked down in game 1. I'm very sad about that. One day, somebody will do it. Baneling Nest coming in from Reynor. No real surprise. Spreading that creep to the edge of his base, as he did in game 1. Marine count looking pretty healthy. This is just, we're setting up. We're setting up for a, maybe, we're definitely getting combat shield. Maybe +1 attack here, timing attack here from Oliveira. Lings check the Marine count, lose a couple of their friends in the process, but I don't know. Lings are expendable. They're familiar with that sort of thing. I mean, are there high ground tank spots that can really threaten any of these bases? Not really, no. Like, you set up your tanks here, and it's still a far cry to get to this base or get over to this base. That's an upper ramp here anyway. So, I don't know. The high ground's positions don't seem that great for Terran. No tanks being produced anyway, so this could be a regular old +1 combat shield stim medevac marine timing attack. I like it a lot. These Marines aren't going to do anything, and you can fight these Queens when your +1 and combat shield are done. The Lings add a little bit of problem here, and they keep cruising in and dying, but Queens, how much energy do you have? Oh, the Queens start falling. That is the key to everything that Reynor trying to do on defense. Lings do manage to get into the third base of Oliveira and kill 7 SCVs in the process. This Marine count, oh, those Queens stood in there. They're pretty drained of energy. Like, all the purple here is pretty low. This one's got enough for a, I mean, doesn't have for a transfuse, but not 2. Is there an armory? There is. Is Oliveira going to go for a Hellbat Marine Widowmine timing here? He's got to keep these Hellions alive if that's what he's trying to do. But the Hellions are on the front lines, man. They're not even that good against Queens. Why are you here? Oh, Hellion just died for it. Widowmine gets picked off. Huge Widowmine hit would be nice here. And it does catch some Banelings. That's good. Reynor goes back in with Banelings to the third base and kills 6 SCVs. I don't know. It feels like you're pretty close to going down 2-0 in this game, in this series, Oliveira. Let's hold on. Let's hold on. Oh, the Reaper goes down, unfortunately for him. Okay, Banelings are good against Marines and Hellbats. Queens, not as good against Hellbats, though. Hellbats are kind of tanky. Dude, the Queen count just got knocked down. Actually, there are 7 of them. These, my gosh. Defending this third base seems relatively difficult. I don't know. Drag them into the Widow Mines. Ah, nice. Beautiful. Drag them into the Widow Mines. It looks like a drop of Oliveira. Tried to bump in here, but there was a spore, so they backed out. Suppose that's what happened. So 4 more SCVs are dead. 16. Oh my gosh, more Lings rolling in, friends. These are 1-1 Lings and Banelings. Widowmine's getting some decent hits. But 19 more SCVs die. Marines getting wiped out here too. On the other side, Oliveira trying to hellbat his way against these Lings, but full surrounds. Lings getting a full surround on pretty much anything. They're going to have a good time. Doesn't matter if you're doing splash damage against them, as the Hellbats are. And Hellbats aren't incredibly tanky because they're pretty cheap. And making cheap units tanky is just not fair. Reynor going 5th base down the left side. 4th base rolling. 3rd base of Oliveira. Link, ooh, that door shuts right at the nick of time. Marines defending the 3rd base this time. Income advantage is favoring Reynor over the last couple of minutes for sure. Aggression here from Oliveira continues. Medevac goes down. Another one has to flee. Lest the Queens kill that one too. You're going to try to Baneling buzz. I don't know what he tried to do there. That's a lot of dead Zerglings. My gosh, the 3rd base though. Ow, Widowmine hits again. These Widowmines, 17 kill Widowmine. That one's only got 1. What a loser. Oh, Overseer now. Banelings connecting. Are there attacks elsewhere? Yes, Widowmine drops. Only 2 drones go down to the aforementioned Widowmine drops, though. Dude, Oliveira is being so aggressive. And again, as time, he's been very good at TVZ over the last few years. Every time game I've ever cast where he plays against like Reynor or Cyril, he gives them a heck of a game. I'm so impressed with time every time. I cast one of his games. I'm kind of glad he changed his name to Oliveira, though, because that way I don't have to make unintentional time puns every instance of me casting him, because it's impossible. You can't not make time puns. But it's Oliveira now. Let's see, 126 to 109 supply, not looking great for Oliveira. Reynor, pretty darn happily. I don't know, is it 63 workers to 52 SCVs? On the other side, Oliveira doesn't have a 4th base, is not really even considering making a 4th base here either. Adding siege tanks into the composition, but this is just a lot of lings, man. Unburrowing the Widowmine, and then does it die? Yes, it does die. Surround, couple Baneling connections. Upgrades are good here. That +2 ground carapace is really good against Marines. They're little tiny attacks. So I think this just might be it. I think Oliveira might just be straight up dead here in game number 3. Terran fans not happy about this. Nice Widowmine connection. What the heck is killing? More Widowmine drops on the drones, huh? Just keep sending those Widowmine drops, Oliveira. You'll kill all of the drones eventually. That's what's keeping him in it here, are these Widowmine drops. Reynor is too preoccupied on the other side of the map to deal with these, apparently. So he's lost a total of 20 drones, but he's killed 43 SCVs, and he's got more bases. So, like, he's okay. That's the thing. Reynor is also the best Zerg in the world at dealing with drone losses and making it seem like nothing is wrong. It's kind of insane that way. Oh my gosh. More Banelings into this 3rd base. Voted worst workplace environment, the 3rd base of Oliveira on Dragon Scales by SCVs like you. Do not work at this 3rd base. You will die. Yeah, I just think Reynor's got this game. I don't know what to tell you. He's up 149 to 109 supply. He's got a much better economy. 80 to 42 workers is just not even fair. And yeah, Oliveira's kind of stuck on this small-scale harassment stuff. If he gets more Widowmine drops down, maybe. Oh gosh, the Medivacs cannot stick around with this many queens hanging out. Nope. Look at all these queens. Is this like all of the queens? No, there are 15 queens on the map. Okay. Reynor maybe expanding over here. Who knows? But I don't think Oliveira is getting a 4th base. I'm looking at it. I'm doing the calculus. Reynor is on fuego. And what do you do when Reynor's on fuego? You die, is what happens. Yeah, I think Oliveira maybe had a better chance in game 1 than he does here. I guess Burrow's getting researched. More Banelings coming in. Finally making a hive at 1251, which seems a little bit late. But he's at extra bases. He's been able to get more stuff done here with the Lings and Banes than... Oh, okay. Sure. Why didn't they had an Overseer. Why didn't they kill it first? All right. Off creep engagement. Reynor feels it, man. He wants to kill these tanks, I guess. So he's keeping the Marines at bay with the Banelings. And then the tanks die, and then the Marines get themselves into a corner, which every Terran player knows how to do this. It makes Lings really bad. More Banelings trying to come in here, but 40 Lings in production. They've got 2-2. They do not have Adrenal. Holy 3rd base, Batman. Seriously, though. Like, I'm not kidding about this being the worst workplace environment in all of the Dominion. That's 12 more SCVs that have died. Oliveira might just tap out because he's effectively been a 2-basing Terran for 13 minutes. If these were Adrenalings, they would win this fight, but they're not because Adrenal just got started. It wasn't forgotten, just the hive was late. Transfusing the Overseer. I respect Oliveira's determination here. I really, really do. But he's never really had the big, scary... This is kind of big and scary. Hang on a second. No. Oliveira, I called this game like 4 minutes ago. Suddenly, what are we looking at here? +3 attack, +2 armor on these Marines. The siege tank gets whittled out. No Adrenal. Queen's trying to fight. Queen's running and getting picked off. No, 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 no. It's 132 to 99 supply. There's no way. What is all, how is he doing this? Oh, did Reynor out? Okay, these are all very injured Marines. And these banelings finishing would be really big, but no. Some of them do. He's trying to, okay, there we go. Huge connection. Spore Crawler killing a medevac, handful of Marines remaining. It was a good effort here by Oliveira. It was. But once Adrenal kicks in here, it's just not going to happen. This third base has 10 SCVs at it. It's 37 to 76 workers. Sure, mules are good, and sure, Reynor had to lose a bunch of drones to stay alive there, but he did. That was the entire point. Oh, free Widow Mine. Nope, pulled back. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Killing that Widow Mine. These SCVs are going to die. Oliveira, I respect your stubbornness. Trust me when I say that I do. And Terrans are the one race that are very capable of losing 75 SCVs in the first 15 minutes of the game and winning anyway. They're very capable of it because they have mules. But also at the same time here, it's not looking great. This is Reynor we're talking about. He's got Adrenal. He is not working on 3-3, although he should be for his Lings and his Banes. This base is not happening. Adrenal 2-2 Lings, y'all. Yeah, tank down. 4 more SCVs get killed. This group wanders over. These are Adrenal Lings. Thank you. Pick up the Widow Mine. Save it. No. Widow Mine dead. Now you have no chance. What is killing drones? And a drop over on the left side. Okay. Spore Crawler kills. No, it kills your medevac, but the Marines are still alive, which is awesome. Dude, Oliveira. Okay, there's the GG. Like I said, I think Raiders had this game won since like the, I don't know, 8-minute mark, but Oliveira stretched it out to a 16-minute game, so hats off to him. So that is a 2-2-0 lead here from Reynor against Oliveira. The Chinese Terran, who, again, this is kind of what Oliveira has been doing for the last few years, is giving really good games to elite Zerg players and then just not quite finishing it in the end. 79 SCVs died, 30 Widow Mines went down, resources lost 28,000 and 20,000 in favor of Oliveira, which is nice. 500 Lings went down, holy smokes, but they had their upgrades. They had their Adrenal, they had their 2-2, 3-3 would have been nice, but not necessary at this stage of the game. So, GG, man. All right, Oliveira back against the wall here in game number 2. Let's see what game 3 has. Can he reverse sweep? It doesn't seem likely, does it? But we got to finish this out. We got to finish it out because Omicron said there's some awesome stuff. There's some awesome builds in this game. This was not one of them, but that's okay. They can't all be bangers. Game 3 next. We're on Neo-Humanity. Top left, Oliveira. Bottom right, Reynor. Woof, that last game was intense. Oliveira is very persistent, but Reynor did not concede, did not lose, did not make any large mistakes, so he won. He was ahead. Alright, so Zeldong Watchtowers supported and surrounded by vision obstructors here. Just in the light form here, not smoke. And we've got debris. This debris here, we've got ourselves a rich Vespine Geyser base, which is super easy to harass. No wall-off opportunities, and again, another one over here. Slow zone, debris that you can kill, everything is mirrored as always. Boom, 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 boom. 16, 18, 17 from Reynor. Nothing crazy there. So what's up? I guess as the time that I'm casting this, the new Ant-Man Quantumania movie has come out, but it's not getting good buzz. I don't know, professional buzz anyway. Sometimes the professional buzz is bad, but then people I know go and see it and they have a great time and they're like, ah. Then I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go see it and then have a great time. So not letting that worry me, but it's not super hot, which is too bad because I really like Jonathan Majors and I know he's in it. He was like the best thing in Loki, I guess. I mean, Tom Hiddleston was very good. And there was some fine stuff in Loki, the TV show on Disney+, but Jonathan Majors like shows up for the last episode and is just boof, knocking it out of the park. So we'll see. I guess we'll see if I see it or not. Reaper coming out. This Reaper's name is simply our guy Sajuj, the Majuj. Sajuj is actually a woman who is pregnant. In the later weeks of pregnancy, she got herself the Reaper suit so that it's easier to move around, but no one told her she'd be facing enemies. However, her maternal instincts will surely be enough to survive. Right? I don't know, man. You're playing against Reynor here. The shorter the game is, the more likely it is that you'll survive, but, I don't know. Like, sure, slowlings, you can handle this, Sajuj. Excellent. But once the queens come out and once the lings have speed, it gets really tough and horrible. And the Reaper doesn't have any kills whatsoever. What's Oliveira working on? Another really fast CC. Same build as the last game. What are we going to do different here? Oliveira, maybe protect your third base better. That's something you can improve on from game 2 for sure. Reynor just kept rolling in with Lings and Banes, and you lost 75 SCVs by the end of all of it, and you're like, what happened? And that was largely it. Sends a Marine down to help Reaper friend out, but, like, no, Queens still win that battle too. I'd love to see Reynor take this base. I think that'd be awesome. I think he could protect it too. Zergs have a much easier job of protecting kind of wide open exposed bases because they don't care about walling off anyway. They're all sorts of used to it. Reaper coming in for a scouty scout. Hop. Hoppity hop. Gonna come in. See no lair. Cool. Is that a faster third? No. Same regular third timing there. Just getting more queens. More and more queens. I should make more queens in my games. I know I say it all the time, but it's like, I don't know. I have enough queens to inject my hatcheries. I shall depend on other units for stuff, but having 1,000,000 queens is so nice. It's just, I have a hard time having enough money for 1,000,000 queens and all the drones that I want, but like, Reynor's doing fine. What are your tricks, Reynor? Never miss an inject, Falcon. Oh, of course, that's right. That's my problem, is that I miss injects. You never miss injects, you can make 1,000,000 queens and have enough drones to get 80 drones in the first 6 minutes. It's great. Banshee, choo-choo. No sign of cloak, so probably just the one Banshee here, which the Overlord is scouting, by the way. Actually, this could be a Liberator, this could be a Viking. We don't know what this is here from the Overlord. And you'll never know, Overlord, because you're dead. So, it is going to be a Banshee, no cloak, so we're just going to send one Banshee across the map. Roach Warren popping up here from Reynor. Roach is early, very good against Terran. Roaches toward the mid-game and late, not very good against Terran. 3-3 Marines and Marauders will just eat your roaches to death, even if they have 3-3. Just nom 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 nom. Stutter stim in there, dead, 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 dead. Like, the damage output from Roaches and Ravagers is not good enough to keep up with the damage output of +3 Marines and Marauders with stim. Just not even close. So additional barracks here. Yeah, this is pretty much the same thing, just sneaking a Banshee into the play. I guess keeping this Reaper alive a little bit longer is nice. Good job. Sajuj, the Majuj. Throwing up spores at about 5 minutes because the potential of a Liberator showing up or a Banshee showing up is greater than 0. Banshee reveals herself by trying to kill a Creep Tumor and failing miserably. Embarrassing, Banshee pilot. I love everybody. This is like we're having a camp out. Everyone huddle around the fire. We're going to tell scary stories. Ooh. What's that scary story? Like I don't know, man. Maybe this is just an American thing, but the guy with the hook hand? I don't even remember it. I don't remember it entirely. Like there's a guy in the back seat of the car, and it's dark, and he's a serial killer, but then there's a hook involved somewhere. I don't know. I'm getting all of my scary stories mixed up. I'm terrible at that one. Holy cow, that was embarrassing. I'm mixing up some stuff. Either way, Reynor has not been sufficiently harassed to lose this game. Period. Like, not even close, sufficiently harassed. Oliveira, what is your plan, good sir? Well, it's to make a lot of Marines, get some siege tanks out earlier this time. Use medevacs, as I was. And, ooh, look at this trap. I like it. That's kind of neat. The Lings roll up. They can't see anybody in there. They're being hidden. That's hilarious. Ooh, Creep Tumor snipe, though. Extra bonus damage. You're not inside the safety zone, sir. No. Come on. Somebody expand. Oh, using There are 2 Banshees. Do you guys have Cloak? No? That's weird. Nobody gets 2 Banshees without giving them Cloak, but I guess he's just using them to defend against Ling attacks and maybe Roach attacks too. Banshee is good at doing both of those things, actually. Really good at killing pretty much everything on the ground. They'll kill your Roaches, your Ravagers, your Lings, your Banelings. I mean, not super hot at killing Ultras, but doing enough damage to get through that Ultra armor to some extent anyway. Slow, steady, bigger attacks, right? That's how you kill an Ultralisk. Creep, Tumor, Snipage. Ooh, that's barely revealed by that scan. That sucks. Reynor's like, come on. That was outside the scan radius. Was it, though? No. Armory on the way. Maybe just for further upgrades at this stage of the game. Could be for Thors. Why don't we mix a Thor in? Because Reynor is making Mutalisks, after all. At least he's got 5 of them out already. A Thor would be actually pretty friggin' awesome. I imagine we'll see one. Maybe not right now. Because I don't know what Oliveira knows here. I feel like he'd be firing up a Thor if he knew these mutas existed. He will soon, because he doesn't have any turrets here at his third base at all. Oh my gosh. So that wasn't a wall. And the Banshees are going to die because they don't have any cloak, and they can't shoot up. But on the other side, Oliveira was sneaking down here the whole way. Whoa! It is a base trade scenario hatched down for Reynor. Basically, a whole base dies for Oliveira, which totally sucks. Only 4 drones died, though. Good drone pull from Reynor. I guess this base wasn't fully saturated yet. Wow, Siege, what are you fighting over here for? Get up this ramp. Why are you hanging out? I guess to deal with these Zerglings, perhaps. Banelings, what? So many Banelings. Split. Beautiful split. What a GG, just like that. What? Raider's like, ow. It's 75 to 24 army supply. Fair. Literally, all that's left for Raider after that is 3 mutas and 9 lings. Okay. You know what the game-winning move in this match was? Right here. These Banelings come down. These Banelings come down. And the split is insane. And that's it, man. There are 4 queens here. Reynor invested in mutas. Didn't have enough mutas to take down the 44 Marines that are on this side of the map. Didn't have any Banelings left either, so that's a GG. And Reynor's like, whatever. Look, I'm up 2-0. I can afford to concede 1 game, and I've got 2 more chances to beat this guy. It's someone I've beat many, many times before, right? So Reynor's feeling fine at this stage of the match. Or this stage of the series, right? 8,000 resources lost for Reynor to 3,500. 3 mutas, 35 banes, 100 lings, a hatchery, only 8 drones, but I mean, I don't know. You never base race a Terran. Reynor didn't exactly have anything over here on this side of the map anyway, did he? I guess he didn't micro his mutas at all because he was too busy microing down here. And then, yeah, a bunch of Marines to defend there. It's a little bit premature, I want to say. I think the mutas maybe could have come home and helped clean this up, but he was like, whatever. Let's just save my energy, and let's continue to fight here. Look at that discrepancy. 71 to 44 workers in favor of Reynor, but 75 to 24 army supply in favor of Oliveira. That is kind of an over-droning scenario there, I think. So, that's nice. Let's move into game number... My goodness. Are we already at game number 4? We are. Been good stuff so far. I like these. I like these full series. It gives us a good sense of macro games and kind of the shorter games too, which I don't do very much on the channel. So, good stuff. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Gresfin for game number 4. Top left, Oliveira. Bottom right, gonna be Reynor. Woo! These games have been fun. Oliveira says, defending against Reynor? Nope. Going on attack against Reynor. Use your own meme format in your head with that. Alright, alright. So, Gresfin. I've only cast a couple games on this map, but it's good for macro games because everything is so darn spread out. And again, a bigger map. With rocks. You think you can expand here, but you can. It's just a fake out. They're just under the ground here, just barely sticking up. But if they were above ground, you couldn't build there for some reason. Like, Terran doesn't have any rock clearing equipment. And Zerg. I don't know why you couldn't put a hatchery just over a big rock. Eh? Anyway. Hatch first in it here is Reynor. We got gas coming up. We've got a barracks coming up. It looks like it's going to be a Reaper expand play. Oliveira has confidence now, and that could be very, very dangerous for Reynor. Terry the Overlord, scouting for proxies. Bury the Overlord, scouting for proxies as well, but Oliveira is not proxying and hasn't done so for the past 3 games. Making a Reaper. Scouting with the SCV just to make sure it's not a pool first play. Very good, Mr. Steve the SCV. Steve the SCV shirts on the way at falconpaladin.store. It's not there yet, but it will be. Where did my music go? There it is. Okay. So nothing crazy. I mean, Overlord makes it all the way across the map here. There is an Overlord perching spot, which is what map makers give to Zerg players to make them like them. But if you have too many Overlord perching spots, then Terran and Protoss players will hate you for it. And understandably so. I mean, I don't know. Not like they don't have anything that shoots up. I mean, it's good at scouting early stuff, I guess. So that kind of causes you some problems that way. Reaper's name is White Chinese Spy Balloon. Which was pointed out. Maybe it's a better Oracle name, but I like it. I mean, with all the spy balloons and stuff getting shot down in U.S. and Canadian airspace, that's maybe Chinese, maybe not. Some of it's balloons, some of it's not balloons. I don't know what's going on with it. Ugh. Third CC, 240 again, man. Oliveira says, that worked good last time. Got a 50% win rate with this build. Let's go again. I don't know if Reynor's going to try to go Mutalisks here. Better to spend your gas on things like Banelings. And upgrades for Banelings. I think that's the lesson learned from the last match. Okay, so we're going Hellions. Neat. Starport here too. Okie dokie. Bo-do-do-do. So my daughter's school does a little presentation every once in a while to show what they've been learning. And today's was at 7:45 a.m. Which, yeah. And it lasted, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes? I don't know why they did that. Usually the presentations are like an hour and they're after school, but I don't know what's going on with this one. Anyway, it was nice. She was happy to see me, so that's good. I do not have them this week, so that is why she was happy to see me. Anyway, what do we got here? Creep spread. We've got this Reaper, White Chinese Spy Balloon, hovering over Zerg airspace. Hovering very low, but hovering nonetheless. Those feet never touch the ground, man. Look at that. Look at them dangle. I think it would be cool if maybe you could land. Like, just it landed every once in a while as an idle animation, and he just, like, took a load off for a second, but doesn't do it. Overlord scouting, man. Reynor is taking this seriously today, and he sees, okay, barracks. Starport with a reactor on it. Yada, yada, yada. We've got stim. We've got combat shield. Everything is fine. Creep spread pushing up the right way. Creep spread pushing up the middle way. Ugh, KD8 charge. Knocking those queens back as it always does. Remember when KD8 charge was introduced? It was a good time. Remember when it used to do more damage? That was pretty neat. Do you remember when Reapers used to do tons of damage to buildings? Holy crap, Mass Reaper was so good back then. And then there was some premier tournament. Look at them just being nice to that dog. Some premier tournament out there where 5-Rax Reaper was anything any Terran player ever did to a Zerg, and there's nothing the Zerg player could do about it. So that was awesome. And then they were like, okay, no, we got to nerf Reapers a little bit here. That was insane. Mass Reaper just winning every TVZ is not cool. Yeah, Blizzard, like, its guiding star here is that if there is ever a time that one unit is unstoppable masked, it's bad. Smart. It's really smart, because there are some RTS games where it's just a race to get the most of this ultimate super cool unit, and if you have more of them than your opponent, you win, and it's just like, that's not particularly interesting, I don't think. And I think the longevity of StarCraft just proves that out, is that having unit variety in every matchup is good. There is no matchup. You can just spam one unit and win. I mean, okay, early on, like, you can win a ZVZ with just Lings, and you can win a TVT with just Marines, and you can win a PvP with just Stalkers or something, but once the game moves past, like, the 4-minute mark, you better have more stuff, right? Okay, so Oliveira says, Marine attack. We don't have +1 yet. We don't have +1 armor yet either. We don't have combat shields. Screw you. Oh my gosh. Queen. Pull. Oh, Queen down. Too much. Drones dying to Hellion stuff over here. Roaches chasing them out. Good multi-pronged harass. Liking it. Quick hive, man. That is a wow fast hive. Liberator shows up. Queen takes 2 hits but doesn't die, and then the Liberator dies because spores are pretty good against Liberators. Already has 3 kills. On the other side, dude, these Queens, Hellions getting in, roasting up some of these drones. Oliveira's aggression early has been excellent. Loses a single Marine there. Has got to pull back just a little bit, but really forcing Reynor to pay attention to what's going on as far as his units dying, and less focus can go onto macro. Does he already have 90 workers, though? He sure does. Does it matter that he's lost 9? No. Not even a teeny tiny bit. Hilariously. Man, that fast hive really worries me if you're Oliveira. What's he going to? Is he going Ultralisk? You know, Ultras are bad, mostly because Ghosts exists and Marauders, but if your opponent is heavily on Marine production, and you can get, like, super fast Ultras out way before they expect it, then maybe you can make it work. It can't be Ultras. It's gotta be making some Vipers, which you didn't need a hive for. What's the hive for? Adrenal? No Adrenal getting researched yet. Plus 3 attack. You don't have +2 attack for anything yet. I don't get it. Okay, so Roach Ravager Ling here, just trying to buy some time for that hive tech to kick in, which doesn't exist yet, by the way. Nice pickup of that tank. These roaches, man, putting in work. They got +1 attack. They got +1 armor. They are keeping up with the upgrades for these Marines and Marauders. Reynor trying to expand up this right side, but Oliveira sniffed it out. Gonna force a cancel on that hatchery. No problem. Engagement over on the kind of top middle-ish side of the map. Fine. Nothing really crazy happens there. This group of Marines is like, die, Zergling. It's Adrenal. Okay, fine. So he's going fast Adrenal, getting +1 attack for his dudes, too. I like it. I will never say no to fast Adrenal. This is Adrenal that's getting started before the 9-minute mark, mind you. Dude, Reynor is just, he's like, okay, I'm going to out-macro Oliveira to death, which I'd say he's kind of doing that. He's got 93 workers to 74. The income tab is very red right now, which Reynor is. And again, Oliveira, just small little groups of Marines and Marauders everywhere. Just not scary, I guess. I mean, he is almost maxed out. He just needs to bring everyone together. He's got enough Marauders in his group here that a couple Ultras aren't going to do a lot. Holy, 4 hatcheries at a time. So 1 expansion, 2 expansion, 3 expansion, 4, okay, 3-4 macro hatch is what we're looking at there. So Viper's got a bit of a nerf here in the current patch. Once they cast a Blinding Cloud or an Abduct, it's like a second or so before they can cast another spell. Or they just die. That'd be fine too. A Parasitic Bomb, and then you'll notice, yep, Viper couldn't cast a second Parasitic Bomb immediately. Biles dodged. Medevac, Parasitic Bomb, not dead though. I don't know about all this Roach stuff. Marines and Marauders, I don't know. We don't have the 3-3 for the Marines and the Marauders yet. So the Roaches and Ravagers are going to be okay. I'm not going to have a huge problem with it. Army value 109 to 104. This tank position in this base, how many times do we have a tank position there? And Reynor says, no! Blinding Cloud goes down on 2 of the tanks. But, nothing's killing the tanks? Holy crap. 86 to 70 army supply after that battle. It was even. Not anymore. And suddenly an Ultralisk Cavern is coming in, and suddenly Reynor's trying to make more roaches. In addition to the 15 lings he owns, his army value is not super hot at the moment. Hatchery gonna die. This hatchery might die to siege tanks. Banelings coming in. Ravagers morphing in here too. Trying to come with lings, picking off some of the units on the backside, maybe going for a counterattack as well. Liberator says this base should not exist. This base doesn't exist. Okay, Reynor says one big attack time. Here goes nothing. He's just counterattacking over here. He's just sending his Adrenalings with the old +1 attack and +2 armor against these Marauders and Marines, and actually kicking butt and taking names. Okay, but another hatch is dead. That is 2 hatcheries down. And is Oliveira just like, okay, you know what? Good enough. 3 SCVs die, a couple Marines die. Sniping down a sensor tower would be cool, but not really enough time to do that. Oversaturating one of his gases. Look, Oliveira does it. You can too. Liberator shows up, gets some drone kills, gets wiped out by Corrosive Bile. Reynor trying to make this Ling Roach Baneling thing work. Good abduct and Parasitic Bomb and second abduct. See how there was a delay on that second abduct? Not that it really mattered in this position. Not even close to mattering in this position, actually. Hilariously. Okay, so Reynor's taken some losses here. 13,000 resources lost for him, 10,000 for Oliveira. 38 drones have died, 3 SCVs have gone down, 2 hatcheries. But the rebuilding capabilities of Reynor are legendary. It's what he's known for. He's known for taking damage and then being okay. And the longer the game goes on here, I don't know. Reynor, I think I take him. The longer the game goes on, the more I feel like it benefits him. His late game ZVT is always insanely good. Ghost production is on the way here from Oliveira, working on Ghost Cloak 2. So EMP was kind of nerfed, but kind of buffed to where the Enhanced Shockwave upgrade was removed, but you get 50% of the Enhanced Shockwave upgrade just simply by existing. So that's pretty nice, I would say. Link trying to bust in. Great Wall of Supply Depot says no. Plus, I don't know, there's a siege tank here now, anyway. So if you're trying to EMP some Vipers, you get a bigger EMP radius now, but it's a smaller one than you would get back when you had Enhanced Shockwave available. It's a bit of an interesting it's an upgrade early game, and it's like a downgrade for the later game, you know? Trying to snipe down that hatch, forcing a cancel on that hatchery. Big deal. All right. I told you, Gressven's a good map for macro games. It always has been. Lings try to roll in. Siege tank. I don't know. These roaches are like, missile turret, die. Yes, absolutely. Missile turret, die. This Marine says, hatchery, die. No, says hatchery. How about you die instead? Yeah, Reynor's expanding everywhere. It's basically taking his half of the map and then +1, which he needs to do to win this game. Oliveira hasn't expanded here yet because holding this high ground position allows him to expand down there more easily. Banelings on the Marauders. They're cool with it. Almost ate some Corrosive Biles there, but what are you backing out for? What are you worried? Where are you going? Is there some kind of massive attack I don't know about? Ooh, Reynor's got Dropper Lords. So hatch killed. Nice. Dropper Lords heading up over creep. Very, very safe. Wonderful, beautiful creep. Drilling Claws getting researched next. This drop's got to go into the main, doesn't it? Did he sniff that? What the heck? He's throwing up turrets. Oliveira. Well, are they going to be in time? Yes, because turrets don't take that long to build, and Overlords with speed are sort of fast, but not incredibly fast, I wouldn't say. They're going to fly right into Turretville. Oh my gosh, the timing on this is impeccable. Look at this. Drop! Some of the Overlords did not unload all of their cargo. This is Reynor being like, I got Lings and Roaches. I don't really know what to do with them. Widow Mine helping kill that siege tank. Big deal there. Banelings crashing in. This base being built at the front is really bad. Lings and Roaches just kind of hanging out here inside the main base. Ghosts, not particularly good here. Marines and Marauders a lot better. And a handful of Ravagers remain after the battle down here to the south. So, I don't know. 3 SCVs went down. This base didn't actually die and can be finished and repaired. Army value 107 and 94 in favor of Oliveira. Okay, Ultras are coming in. Is this So Ultras, they shrunk the model size by like 20%. Or 12%. Or something. It's smaller now, which is actually good. Because you can get more surface area from Ultras on things like planetaries. Or Thor balls or something. Because big chunky Ultralisks don't actually help anyone. This Ling run by is pretty mean. But really doesn't kill that many SCVs. Only 8 have died so far today, period, since the beginning of time. Ultralisk count is at 2, with 2 more on the way. Yep, chitinous plating is done. Anabolic synthesis is done here too. We'll see how good the new Ultra is, I guess. See how baby they are? Oh, they're so small now. Look at them. Ah, they're the size of like 4 Banelings now. I love it. More drops inside the main. Abject chaos. Here, Lings, Banes, Ghosts, backing out. Gotta snipe the Ultra. Sniping the Ultras is still pretty good. Is that manual detonations on those Ghosts? Yeah, but they didn't die, and snipe still problematic. They did nerf snipe a little bit to where you can run away from the snipe now and it will disconnect. Because if you remember, a lot of ZVTs, doesn't deny that armory researching +3 vehicle attack, but it does need to be repaired. It's very much on fire. You guys remember in previous ZVTs where you'd get a lock on with snipe on like a lurker and it would unburrow and run away and it'd be like over here and still die? You can break the link now. So snipe is not guaranteed to hit once it is fired. You can still interrupt it when it's channeling. It's like 1.5 seconds to channel that thing. You can still interrupt it, but once it's fired, it can be interrupted now just by distance. Okay, so I love this. I think he just wants to kill that armory, maybe? Sure, I guess killing some of these SCVs. I like the idea of a 4 Zergling drop, actually, quite a bit. That's pretty fantastic. Okay, is he sneaking over? Yeah. He's like, he's burrowing up there. But in full vision of an SCV, Ling, Bane, Ultra, Viper cruising into the south. Blinding Cloud catches one of the tanks. Siege tank trying to fire on Banelings. Banelings not getting huge connections there, actually. Blinding Cloud. Parasitic Bomb getting thrown down, and Ultra still die to snipe really, really fast. Okay, these Lings are like, die armory. It's actively being repaired, guys. You could kill it faster if you killed that SCV, but I guess you're busy with other stuff. It's like, burn a scan on me. Ah, ha, ha, ha. You had to burn a scan on me. Hilarious. Yeah, Gresvan is basically the best macro map that we've got in the map pool right now. Every game I've cast from Gresvan has been long. And it's good. It's good for how much chaos we're seeing here. Reynor says, let's see, losing 6 Ultras is not enough. I must lose more. Where are these drones going? Drones? Guys? He's like, I want to mine as much as I can from this base because I'm worried about losing it. This one I can get back later, I guess is the idea on this transfer. Sure, I'm down. More Ling, Bane, Ultralisk, Viper here. Parasitic Bomb doing what it does, but great pullback there. Ugh. Getting the medevac out of there from Oliveira. Spire on the way from Reynor here at 18 minutes. Lings and Banes trying to cruise on up. This ghost count is pretty healthy, I would say. Siege tank splash onto that Baneling group was good, but there are so many Banelings. The splits, right? Ghosts are dying, but not all of them. Some SCVs get hit. Some mules die too. Lings try to run in the main base. Beautiful liftoff from Oliveira, and Blue Flame Hellions will handle them no problem. Lings at Oliveira's attempt to expand down to the 6 o'clock position, or I guess it's more of a 7 o'clocker. Bunch of Lings down here. 192 to 162 supply. Hey, we get an absolutely true macro game here. In game 4, this has been excellent. So excellent. I don't know, man. Reynor's up. Reynor's income has been Reynor's income for the last little while. Oliveira still at 68 workers. He's got mules there too, so his income is pretty healthy. He's working on transformation servos, making tanks and liberators, and actually getting vehicle plating. Is he transitioning into mech at 19 minutes? This is bad. This is really bad. Mass crackling, baby. We got +3 and adrenal on these guys. Stopping them is gonna suck. 15 SCVs died. Blue Flame Hellions are the answer here, actually. Liberator picking them off one at a time is technically an answer too, but not a great one. Not a fast one, anyway. Burrowing Lings here, burrowing Lings there, trying to be super annoying, and this planetary gonna get bombed! No, we're actually gonna use the Banelings on Ghosts. The planetary goes down to Lings and Ultras on the other side. 178 to 148 supply. Siege tank firing up. Death. Death and destruction to all. And Reynor's got this base. And he's sending, I guess he's not really sending drones here. I thought he was. He's had 8 for a while, I guess. Yeah, these burrowed Lings, man. Oliveira, wounded, bleeding, not broken. Hellbats, Marauders, Ghosts, making siege tanks, more Marauders, more Marines in that production tab. Lings unburrowing and almost taking down a siege tank. That would be cool. Almost taking down a supply depot. Also a pretty cool target to kill at this stage of the game, I guess. More Lings and Banes. This Ultra is already dead. I guess he got a swipe or two off. Wait, he's still alive. Focus the Ultralisk. He's almost dead. Okay, well, he continues to rack up kills despite the fact that he has... Okay, he's dead now. 14 SCVs die. That's why this isn't a planetary, because lifting it is going to keep it alive. Another Ultralisk dead as it retreats. That's a Geneva Convention violation, sir. Just a thought. Yo, this is a great one. 22 minutes in this match. Liberator sets up directly over a spore. Goes, oh, whoops, and dies. Yep, that's why you don't set up directly over a spore. Terrans, more often than not, send those Liberators in blind, don't they? Reynor says, let's go for another drop. Oliveira at this stage is just basically like, I'm just going to make good trades and kill as much of your stuff as I can. And sure, I'll have a worse economy, but like, I don't know. Where'd that Dropper Lord stuff go? Here you are. Here you are. I thought I lost you. Liberator kind of shows up. Takes some more Spore hits. Takes some Queen hits. Liberator's getting some work done today, but they're not all winners. Oh, they can't all be winners. Blue Flame Hellions roasting up some drones. Nice. I'm not sure how much Reynor loves those. More Baneling attacks out of the bottom. Ultras. Chomp, 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 chomp. Ghost say, get out of here, Ultras. See, that one broke a lock-on and managed to escape despite the fact that it had a lock-on on it. Okay, more Speedlings inside the main base. Super frustrating stuff. Ooh, Ultras melting in the face of this snipe, as they do. Mind you, that's another hatchery down. Oh, all right. This is crazy. Engineering bay is going down. You have to make more of those to make missile turrets, but every upgrade's been had on those. Cloaked Ghost thinks he's awesome. Oh, Blue Flame Hellbat in a good snug position. Also awesome. Okay, Oliveira pulls back. He's like, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. The amount of resources I've got available to me based on how well I'm trading here, based on the fact that I've killed 16 Ultralisks, I'm good. Oliveira is an absolute boss here. Okay, if we're going for double drops, Oliveira might lose his entire main base by the time this is all said and done. Looking at it. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe lifting off these barracks and putting them somewhere else would be a good idea. Ling's just kind of streaming across here. Reynor has the bank. It's only 1,500 minerals. 2 more drones die. Blue Flame Hellbats. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Yeah, man. Blue Flame Hellions. A good answer to Zerglings everywhere since the beginning of time. Boosh. Ultra say, we got this. Nom, 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 nom. See, they can fit, well, sort of, next to each other there. Hellbat's bad against Ultralisks. Seems balanced, honestly, to me. I'm not even being sarcastic there. It's probably how it should be. See, Reynor knew this base was probably gonna die. So, alright, drones got as many resources off of it as they could. They're gonna come back to this one now, which is actually pretty mined out, unfortunately. Hatch down. How many hatcheries does it kill? 5. It's about 10. 10 hatcheries killed in a ZVT is effectively a guarantee of a win. Reynor says, the army's up north. I'm going to come down south and wipe out more of your SCVs and another one of your orbitals if you don't remember to lift it off. And, oh my gosh, the Blue Flames, though. Putting it down. Another hatchery killed. Ah, the humanity! No, these drones are backed into their civilians. More Geneva Convention violations here from both of these players. 25 drones killed, 82 total. 1,088 lings have gone down today. I love it when the ling death count gets into 1,000. It always makes me laugh. Did I laugh? No, but I'm definitely smiling. I'm not sure if you can tell. Nukes! Oliveira says to win this game, I must use the power of nuclear warfare. I like the play. Dude, another hatch is going to die. That's going to be 7. Okay. Oliveira doing his best to get that hatch death count up to where he wants it to be. That's a goal to hit. It's Terran goals. And guess what we're talking about? More speedlings inside Oliveira's main base. Hilarious. Reynor rebuilding this 1 o'clock base that died. Army Valley 146 to 104 supply all of a sudden, and it's kind of mech. It's Hellbats, it's Thors, it's Marauders, it's Siege Tanks, and it's Marines. And by that I mean there are 5 Marines, but 16 Ghosts too. Is Oliveira going to go back and clean this up? Lift the barracks if you don't want to lose them. Zerglings can't be shooting up, lads. Yeah, no, can't be shooting up. Lifting the orbital would also be super rad. Okay, this is a Burrowling strat again. Scanning in, see what we're dealing with. 150 to 96 armor supply is not great for a Zerg. Early in any matchup, they don't want to be down 50 supply against anybody. Income, whoop, swimming up into Oliveira's favor here. Another round of Lings running in to kill a siege tank. Taking tank fire the whole way, but killing 2 tanks, which, all right, probably fair. They have to cancel this because there's an army coming to kill it. So that's another kill. Ooh, Ghost Academy dies. There was a nuke in there, you jerk. Ah, no. Yeah, that nuke was lost. There we go. 7 hatcheries killed and 1 canceled. I'm going to give that 8. Let's give it 8. Oh, look who's making Broodlords. Look what counters Broodlords, though. Thors totally do. They outrange them. They hit them like trucks. That's a 9th hatch killed. Oh my gosh. Reynor's like, I really didn't want to go to a match point here, but it's not looking hot for me at all. The Ultras died. GG, Oliveira! Forces a game number 5 with his mech transition around 20 minutes. That's insane. That's super cool. Holy smokes. That's super cool. Man. Okay. So Oliveira is just like, this Marine stuff's not working out. Let's swap those out for Thors and Siege Tanks and Liberators and Ghosts. And by golly, it worked. These Liberators were killing Broodlords. That's not something that should ever happen. But yeah, Oliveira's like, it's cool. We can split the map in half. You can have that extra one. I'm just going to make incredibly good trades against you. 48,000 to 76,000 resources. Reynor loses almost twice as much as Oliveira does. Killer impressive stuff there. Man. And loses 8, 9, we're going to call it 10 hatches. It is 10 hatches. The rule holds. 18 Ultralisks died, 12 Ghosts went down. No Thors went down because they were pretty new to the battlefield here. 76 SCVs and 88 drones lost their lives in this game. Awesome. Like, that was, Oliveira played so well there. The Ling counterattacks were so constant and numerous. And I mean, they killed bases too. A planetary went down. And, dude, that can't be literally it. And an orbital. 1 orbital died too. That's it. So good job keeping his bases alive. I mean, SCV's alive is a bit more of a struggle, but it's cool. It's cool. All right. So that leads us to a match point. Game number 5. Woof. Root for Reynor if you're cheering for Reynor, and root for Oliveira if you're an Oliveira fan. Let's be right back. Game number 5. It's Reynor. It's Oliveira. You know this. Bottom right, Oliveira. Top left, Reynor. It's Babylon. Woof! Reynor went up 2-0, and now he is facing elimination. This game is for all of the marbles. No proxies here from Oliveira. I want to see how his proxy game is now. I feel like I've seen him proxy, and it was really good, but you know, in 5 games or so, there is no proxies. There are no proxies. Grammatically correct. Grammatically correct casts here on Falcon Paladin's StarCraft 2 channel. Woo! Hatch first in. Reynor hasn't gone for the pool first today. Did go for that weird extractor trick pool first, which was like, okay. Sounds reasonable. But yeah, I mean, Reaper expand timing, nothing crazy here from Oliveira. That transition, though, into mech. I don't know. Is mech viable in TVZ now? Who knows? Not me. I think we need more data before we make that kind of a determination, personally. Overlord scouting out, see what's what, and the answer to that is dunno. Nothing. There's nothing to see out here. It is barren wasteland. No dogs, no leots, no artosalopes, no tastalopes. Oh, no, there's an urubu down here. Urubu? I'm not sure if it's a flightless bird or if it just chooses never to fly. Yeah, Reaper expand here. Oliveira says, that went pretty well for me. Let's go for something similar here. With ye old Reaper into a quick third CC, which I don't know. Maybe Reynor expects that now. And maybe he'll try to punish it, like some kind of a 2-base Roach Ravager thing, which could actually be pretty damaging. So this Reaper's name's a long one. The man who made the grade. It was a dull day in Blackburn, Lancashire. I don't know how to say that. I'm not English. Lancashire. When the man who made the grade blew his mind out in a car. After failing to notice that the lights had changed, a driver behind honked at him and he lurched forwards, falling into one of the 4,000 holes that had recently been found in the town. Although the holes are rather small, a surprising fact about them is that they were wormholes that lead to the Kaprulu sector, and were entirely big enough for a man to fall through. On arrival, and in a daze and a harsh heat of char rather than the cold moistness of Blackburn, he declared he was the man who made the grade, at which point an annoyed SCV driver who thought he had finally had enough of strange people falling through the wormholes forced him into a Reaper suit and told him to go play in the Zerg mineral line. Yo, that is a long one. I guess is there a short story called The Man Who Made the Grade? Possibly. I don't know. About someone dying. Kind of dark. Whatever. Ling gets in, sees the fast third CC and says, yes, what you've done in like every game so far. That Ling almost got squished by falling buildings. I have said for years now, it would be interesting if when Terran buildings landed, they squished the things that they were landing, especially if it's, you know, a tiny Zergling, which really should not prevent the landing of a mighty command center or orbital. It's really silly that that does that for lore reasons anyway, which, I mean, how much do we care about lore reasons is the question. All right, Oliveira, what are we doing on the build? Nothing crazy, man. It's going to be a starport. We're going to swap the starport onto this tech lab. Maybe make another Banshee. Why not? The Banshees were a hit in the last game. Make some Hellions. Sweet. Is it fast Blue Flame Hellion? Not according to the production tab yet. We'll keep an eye on that one. But it is, in fact, a Banshee on the way. Overlords are... There is one Overlord coming in. I was going to say, the second Overlord isn't really pushing anywhere. It's more kind of hanging out on the edge of the creep. Provides that vision that you need. And Hellions go creep tumor, snipe. No, Queen's too ready for that. Not allowed. It is the Cloaked Banshee, though. So this time Cloaked Banshees. And here are the Dancing Ewoks. Which, I don't know if the Dancing Ewoks signify a certain map creator made this map. And the Dancing Ewoks are their call sign, or if enough map creators just like the Dancing Ewoks and they put them in their maps anyway, even if it's not them, right? Anyway, Dancing Ewoks. Having a great time down here. Not concerned about the wars in the Kaprulu sector in which they live. Lair on the way from Reynor. He is working on a Baneling nest, getting up some spores because Banshees are a concern. Liberators, as we all know, a concern. This is a lot of Hellions, but it's not mech because we're working on stim and marine production. And it's just the normal amount of Hellions. Not getting Blue Flame, not mech opening, nothing crazy like that. That would be pretty neat though, man. I wouldn't say no to it if you wanted. Third base, landing here from Oliveira. Based on the left side, Reynor taking a fourth. Fantastic. Creep spread connecting all of the bases and pushing into the outer reaches of Babylon. So Double Cloak Banshee says, let's see, we want to kill queens. Oh, an Overseer does exist though. Forcing a cancel on this hatchery seems entirely possible. 2 Banshee DPS, plus the queens have to walk across, not creep to get here, plus the hatchery only has about 60 HP, and it is canceled, and the drone gets sniped. Nice delay there on that 4th base. Double Cloak Banshee sisters. Ooh, hang on. Okay, queen. Ow, 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 and queen transfused. Absolutely killer sick transfused there. Okay, a couple more drones die, but again, it almost feels futile. Is it futile to kill drones against Reynor in the first 6 minutes of a game? Does it actually super matter? I don't know. Both these Banshees are in the red, so they're going to pull about. You can't recall because they're not Protoss, but they'd love if they could. They can't teleport either because they're not battle cruisers. So they're going to try to head home. How many kills do they have? 4 and 3. Not bad. Not bad in a day's work there. An afternoon's work, I suppose. Great wall of supply depots dealing against Ling Harass at that 3rd base. The Sim City is kind of just one giant line of buildings from Oliveira here. I kind of like it. Tanks, Marines, Medevacs, getting combat shield. Heading up for ye old 7 to 8 minute timing attack to kill the Zerg player, but Reynor's got a butt ton of creep. Holy smokes, he's really been pushing the creep. So it's going to be hard to sneak up on him at all. Hydralisk Dan on the way from Reynor. I'm going to go for some lurkers. He hasn't done any lurkers in the series today. Oh gosh, Lings force a cancel on a 4th command center. Annoying stuff for sure. But the Lings don't have, or the Banelings don't have speed yet. The Lings have speed because of course they do. Because of course they do. Hellbat transformation is up. Siege tank parked behind a pillar of rocks. Now the Marines can come down and threaten this base and pull back to the safety of Siege Tank Radius, which is actually not that protective. Banelings do not want to explode. Oh, exploding unnecessarily on one Marine there. And Oliveira says, let's go again. Let's get in here before Centrifugal Hooks finishes up. Yeah, that tank position, nice target. Oh, Baneling target firing, sick. Queen dies, Ling's dying. All right, this is strong. Baneling's not connecting. Another queen dies. The Baneling's dying. Is it enough to kill them all? Kind of, almost. Is he just sacking this base? No! No, Reynor, you cannot lose this base. This is a really strong attack, though, from Oliveira. And then the Hellbats come rolling in. Oh, my gosh. This is intense. This is really intense. The Hydras against the Medevacs are pretty good. Ugh. Ugh. Banshees, Hellbats, you have to target fire down the Banshees with your queens. You can't really let them attack anything else in this scenario. Oliveira wants to end this now. He wants to move on in the playoff at Katowice. Can he do it? Maybe he can. Banelings connecting on anything here is going to be good. Marines and Hellbats take bonus damage from it. Hydra's pretty good on their DPS as well. Armory value 70 to 60. Oliveira's up, but not by a ton. Marines with Stim trade pretty well against Hydras that don't have amazing upgrades. Siege tanks want to move in a little bit further here. This base actually had to get evacuated. Free Zerglings, 87 to 74 total supply. Reynor takes the lead. He's going for a hive here too. Is going for a hive a little bit ambitious. Look at Oliveira leaving units behind. Well, kind of leaving units behind. Ah, Baneling's speed. Connecting. This is aggressive stuff, man. Oliveira is getting a 4th base behind it while continuing to pressure the Zerg player. He's got a new 4th base, Reynor does, and actually Reynor manages to hold this. Whew, that was looking really touch and go there for Zerg fans. Reynor was like, hold on. But he manages to get Baneling speed. He gets Hydras out. Their extra DPS is amazing. They're not tanky, but, you know, damage is good. In StarCraft, like, you can be the tankiest unit in the world, but if you don't do any damage, you're bad. Liberator's in production, working on 3-3 here. Wow, a 10-minute 3-3 timing for Oliveira is pretty fantastic. So Lingbane Hydra for now. Lurker Den potentially in the future here. Reynor is the one who really pioneered making lurkers work in TVZ. Okay, so Reynor's dealing here. He's defending like he does. It's the Serral style. Oliveira being aggressive. It's not his style. It's more Beyond style. Sensor tower. Snipe. Lingbane Hydra backs out. This army on the top side says, come into the tank range. And the tanks pick off some Banelings, pick off some other stuff. This base, 5th base of Reynor's is going to die. Actually, is it more of a 6? It's more of a 6. Lings come around the backside, wipe out a couple of the tanks. But it is 106 to 93 army supply hatch. Dead or canceled. That might just be dead, actually. So 1 hatch dead. This one never died. It got evacuated, but it's Liberator setups, man. These Liberator setups, though, dude, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Actually trying to deal too much with what's going on over here, not recognizing the drone count is decreasing steadily here. That's a 13-kill Liberator. Oh, my gosh. Oliveira says, all right, I'm up 79 to 70 workers here. I'm not on the offensive at all. Nice abduct on one of the tanks, but how many more ducks do you have? Income is favoring Oliveira. Reynor trying to bust up this ramp. Tough to do. And the drones get evacuated, and another hatch is kind of just being conceded here by Reynor. Army value, 97 to 78 in favor of the Terran player. Here he's got 2-2 upgrades. It's +2 for the vehicle weapons, too. Reynor sitting at 2-2 upgrades for the Lings and the Banes. The Hydras are sharing that Carapace upgrade, but they don't have any attack upgrades yet. Working on +3 Carapace. Making your Zerg units as tanky as Zergs can make them good. Tank snipe, 95 to 70 army supply. It feels like Oliveira's had a lead in this game for the last 4 or 5 minutes at least. And he's just kind of steadily building on it. As Day 9 used to say when he talked about StarCraft, when you're ahead, get more ahead. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Okay, now it's time for Oliveira to come up a ramp, which he doesn't really want to do. But he does anyway. Look at this pre-split, too. It's like, bring it, Banelings. The Banelings are like, no! We'd prefer to be cost-effective, thank you. Lings, Banes. Wings, Banes. Oh, good tank shot there. 7 kills on that siege tank. I think 4 of those were Banelings at least. And from this position, you can threaten a couple bases that the Zerg player has. Banelings make good hits there. And high ground on... oh, man. High ground siege tank's problematic. Covering his flank, too. Oh, he knocks down the rocks so that you can't get up here and surround him. Okay, so we finally saw a use for that. Tanks say, Hydras, get off that. Liberator says, get off that. Hydras say, hey, knock it off. Okay, so Reynor defending pretty well here. It's just giant swells of Marines keep coming in. This siege tank's got 7 kills. Some of them are Hydras, or maybe he hasn't gotten any kills since previously. Siege tank on those Banelings. Beautiful hits. 200 to 149 supply. Reynor's bleeding. He's doing his customary and typical Ling run-by on the other side. Not getting much done. This hatchery might just straight up die. Lings are dying everywhere. It's 200 to 138 supply. Reynor! Is Reynor shaking his head, wondering where it all went wrong? He was up 2-0. He was looking great against the Chinese Terran Oliveira, but Oliveira expanding like a madman. He doesn't have giant, huge armies. He just makes good trades consistently. Blinding Cloud Dawn, abducting one of the tanks. Are there enough reinforcements cruising in here from Oliveira to win this thing? Siege tanks alive. Hiders don't want to fight against this many Marines with the upgrades they've got. There is a Lurker Den coming in. Is there enough time for the Lurker Den to do what it needs to do here and buy some time against these Marines and these ghosts? Oh, I think he just lost the ghost for free there. The ghosts are out. This hatchery gonna die. This hatchery is oversaturated, and this is just the slow strangulation of Reynor right now. Oliveira picking off the Baneling nest is a huge get. He gets it. There's 10 lurkers in production back here. Can the lurkers buy enough time Good parasitic bomb. I don't know how much it matters if this base dies, how many lurkers there are. The siege tank count is big. They're split. The lurkers really have a hard time with a lot of siege tanks. They take bonus damage from them, plus the snipes are good. Reynor gonna lose his natural hatchery as well. I'm not sure if the Marines are focusing on it, or they're probably just trying to kill Lings and lurkers and other bigger threats, and that's a GG. Well played, Oliveira! Oliveira manages to take down Reynor in a reverse sweep, no less. Losing the first 2 games, winning the last 3 games in an absolute masterclass of how to play TVZ. Wow, look at those resources lost. 32,000 to 18,000. Just incredible cost effectiveness here today. Ends up killing 5 hatcheries, canceling another one, so 6 in 15 minutes is crazy good. He kills 500 Zerglings in 15 minutes, 92 Banelings in 15 minutes. 6 lurkers. They did not get the value that Reynor was hoping for there. Lost 192 Marines, 12 tanks. Didn't lose any bases, and only lost... didn't lose an SCV. Oh, 1 SCV today. I'm a little bit blind, as you can tell. Yo, that was amazing. I really hope no Terran fans turned this off after game 2, and they were like, well, that's a foregone conclusion. Because they missed some incredible Terran play here from Oliveira. Just the amount... Just... the macro, the number of units he has, the positioning he's got, the micro of being able to go up and down ramps, drag stuff into your siege tank fire, splitting against Banelings, doing everything you got to do to make good trades. If you're not making good trades against a Zerg player, you're going to lose. It's tank, marine, it's ghost, it's upgrades, people, upgrades, 3/3 upgrades on the Marines, +3 attack on the siege tanks. That was more it than anything else. And man, Oliveira takes the win. Is Oliveira going to be a name to watch in the future? Because he's never done this before. He's never defeated somebody like Reynor in a premier tournament, let alone Katowice. He's never defeated somebody of this caliber. Now he has. And the future is bright. And I am so curious to see what he gives us over the next 12 months, 24 months. 36 months, over the years to follow. Is he going to keep this up? Or is he going to fall into the annals of someone who had a great run at a premier tournament like Neeb or Scarlet and never really went back, I guess we'll find out. I'm curious to see. But yeah, other than that, not much else to say, man. Oliveira's a boss. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Sunday series. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.